into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. Let's remain standing for the national pledge. I pledge myself to always the flag of Guyana, and to be loyal to my country, to be obedient to the laws of Guyana, to love my fellow citizens, and to dedicate my energies towards the happiness and prosperity of Guyana. Thank you. You may be seated. Honorable Sonia Parag, Minister of Education. Honorable Dr. Ashni Singh, Minister within the Office of the President with responsibility for finance. Honorable Sonia Latchman, Member of Parliament. Ms. Melsita Bovill, Dr. Kofi Dalrymple, and Ms. Africo Selman, advisors to the Minister of Education. Ms. Shinal Hussain Autar, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education. Mr. Saddam Hussain, Chief Education Officer. Ms. Mishka White Griffin, Chief Planning Officer. Ms. Saudi Kadir Grant, Deputy Chief Education Officer Exams, and today, more importantly, she serves as the Superintendent of Exams and Local Registrar. Ms. Stephanie Harvey, DCO Admin. Dr. Ritish Tularam, DCO Tech. Ms. Fazia Baksh, DCO School Support Services. Ms. Valaika Jaikashun, Director of School Boards. Ms. Renita Barnes, Chief School Inspector. Mr. Devendra Prasad, ACO Nursery. Mr. Mbiso Grant, ACO Literacy. Dr. Keon Chung, ACO SEND. Ms. Marcia Pade Andrews, ACO Tech. Dr. Jerry Jailal, ACO Inspectorate. Mr. Deodat Hardat, ACO. Ms. Jessica Anthony, Head of the School Health Unit. Dr. Marcel Hudson, Director of the National Accreditation Council. All our regional education officers, principal education officer, colleagues in education, head teachers and teachers of all the schools invited, parents, all other special invitees, more importantly, our top performers that we are here putting on showcase this afternoon. It is my pleasure to officially call this program to order, but more so be your guide for today's proceeding. I'd want to take this opportunity to recognize and welcome all persons who are here today, joining with the Ministry of Education as we celebrate, while not the official final results, because these are the preliminary results, but as we celebrate our top performers in the release of these results. Our education ecosystem, as mentioned by our Minister of Education, is definitely one that is built on lots of collaboration. But more importantly, our Honorable Minister said, our education ecosystem must respond to the different talents, the aspirations. Let me just get the document. The aspirations and circumstances of our people. We must be able to create wholesome, well-rounded Caribbean citizens. Today, as we gather here for the release of the CAPE, CSEC, CVQ, and CCSLC results 2026, where we actually take the opportunity to showcase the culmination of hard work and dedication of our students, our teachers, our parents, our education officers across this country, and also the support system, persons who are part of that ecosystem. I wish you a warm welcome. And without further ado, I go through our program for today. CEO, when I came in this earlier today, I recognized that our students were engaging with each other. They were talking, they were sharing, and they were doing quite a lot of discussions with each other. And I said to myself, we have actually achieved a very important milestone in the Ministry of Education, because here it is, our children are in this room and not using their gadgets. A few seconds later, the clock struck 12. And I looked back, and it seemed like it was a gaming shop. All fingers and eyes were glued to their screens. as our students began to receive their results. I'm happy, however, that there is still some amount of tenseness because we still have to make some very important announcements today. And so without further ado, I wish to invite a very dynamic, learned, and energetic CEO as he brings us the CAPE, CSEC, CVQ, and CCSLC reports for 2026. Let's welcome Mr. Saddam Hussein, Chief Education Officer.
I would have given up learned for handsome. I even cut my hair. But these things, Sherwin, Tiffany, write him. Honorable Sonia Parag, Minister of Education. And finally, I'm able to say this. Honorable Ashni Kumar Singh, Minister of Finance. I'm not in that other location. I don't think I'll ever be in the other location to get to say Ashni Kumar Singh. So I'm very happy that I'm here to say it. Sherwin has taken away my entire first-page protocol, so that goes. But I want to acknowledge the regional education officers who are in attendance, the education officers, the teachers, the parents, students, members of the press corps, as well as all others. The principal of QC has asked me to say that she's looking very nice, and I want to say that as well. And I know that you are on your gadgets, and I want you to do something for me. I want you to message Rosignol staff, Belladrum, Fort Wellington, Novar, Bartica, and South Rumvelt, and tell them to get on the live because I have something to say that I think they would want to hear. And as you can tell, I'm getting very, very angry right now. So message them and tell them to get online because I want to speak to them directly. We are here to present 4 sets of results: CAPE, CSEC, CVQ, and the newest CCSLC. Before I get into that, I have a couple of preamble that I want to share with you. So these students who are sitting here, they wrote exams in August of 2021 instead of April. There was online learning from November 2021 to March 2022. Their first day of school was the 25th of April 2022. So they missed most of Form 1. Preamble number 2. The Ministry of Education encourages the scrutiny of its policies, operational procedures, and all these results. But I want to say to members of the public that if you are going to scrutinize these policies and these results, then do so correctly. Because if you don't, the front row and some parts of the second row will respond. We will respond. I want to make that very, very clear. In the past, we have been scrutinized, and the worst of analysis has been presented as fact. We will not accept that. Thirdly, there is this notion that in Guyana, the Ministry of Education encourages many, many subjects. Students to write many, many subjects. Here are the facts. In 2025, 248 students last year wrote more than 15 subjects. This year, 182 wrote out of more than 12,000 students. So we don't have an issue where a ton of students are writing many, many subjects. That is a fallacy. We have to have a system that caters for those who are extraordinary. And so this is part and parcel of that system, and we will not stop it. Now, once these results are presented, what you have to keep in mind is that Guyana is one of the few countries where we don't have a restriction on students writing a subject. Schools may have their own internal policy, but we certainly do not stop anyone. In fact, in Guyana now, courtesy of our ministers and government, if you pay for it, you write it. In fact, you don't even have to pay for it. Sorry, my apologies. Subjects 1 to 8, it's paid for by the state. We don't stop anybody from writing any subjects. So, a couple of in-house matters. The reports I'm going to present, which will be very quickly, are for both public and private schools. For both public and private schools. These results, as Mr. Blackman has said, are preliminary. There are no examination slips. You go online, you get your slip virtually, and you use that QR code to send to the institution that you are applying to. You have started accessing your results, so I don't need to say from 12 o'clock. Reviews are open up until the 18th of September, 2026. If you want to do a review, here is how it happens. You go to the bank, you buy a bank draft of 30 US. You take it to Queens College compound to the exams division, and they will process your review. Asking for a review does not mean that your grade will change. It's asking to have a second look. So please note. Now, one other point. I've noticed that already some students are asking some questions. On your slips, you are seeing module, for maths, you're seeing module 1, A, B, C, D. And then you're also seeing maths, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Let us say, for the sake of argument, Saddam got a grade 5 in maths. God forbid. What it means for grade 5 in maths, but in your module 1, you may have gotten a B. So when you go to write back maths now, you don't have to write back module 1. You have to do module 2 and then module 3. That's the neat thing about it. So you don't have to write one exam twice. So if you fail, God forbid you get grade 5, like Saddam. You simply go back and write module 2, module 3. Understand? You see? Yes? Once you understand, everybody else will get it. All right. All right. Let's get into the results. The first one that we want to report on is, of course, CVQ. I'm very grateful Honorable Minister Singh is here because I'm sure he will be happy to hear about this. This is called the Caribbean Vocational Qualification. This is something where our students put aside the theoretical for the practical. So if we say you get a CVQ in tilapia production, it means you know to mind tilapia until we cook it. That's what it means. That's what CVQ means, yes? Dr. Toleran? Practical skill. So we have not received the results for the CVQ from CSEC at this point. We expect before the day is out. So here is what Guyana is expecting. 2,813 students. 2,813 students will receive their CVQ certification in 2026. What this means is that these students have matriculated secondary school and can now access tertiary institutions. It also means that they can work because they have the necessary skill. Now, what did they get the CVQ in? Agro-food processing, aquaculture, business and administration, commercial food preparation, like the students who cooked for COSAD. This was the most popular one. Here is the best one, cricket pitch management. I think we can finally fix Providence. Crop production, most popular as well. Data operations, electrical installation, fabric design, garment making, general construction, general office administration, housekeeping, inland aquaculture, metalwork engineering, motor vehicle repairs, and welding. 2,813 students are now equipped to do these things. Secondly, the second report I wish to bring to your attention is something called the CCSLC, which is the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence. Very often the ministry is accused of not having a program for those who may not have done well after common entrance. This is one such program. This program is currently being done in about 92% of all the secondary schools across the country. This is the first year we are writing the exams, and the two schools which have done so is our very own St. George's School of Science, and of course the Adult Education Association, which has been doing it for a long time. The subjects in CCSLC are English language, mathematics, integrated science, social studies, digital literacy, and modern language, either Spanish, French, or Portuguese. Now, this is a competency-based program. So you have to do to move ahead. Now, here are the results. 99.1% of the students who sat this exam, we had about close to 100 students writing, 99.1%, well, 99 students basically had mastery or competent. We had 100 students writing this year. In 2027, I'm pleased to let you know that we project 13,660 students will be writing this exam. I go to the final two. I go now to CAPE, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Certificate exams. In 2025, 650 students wrote. In 2026, 666 students wrote, about 2.5% increase. There are 35 different subject areas. In 2025, there was 3,632 entries, meaning a student multiplied by a unit gives you the entry. In 2026, there is 3,777, an increase again of about 3.8%. There are 18 public and private institutions which offer CAPE. And I want to tell you this, that for the first time, Diamond Secondary School has written CAPE, and their pass rate is 96.8%. I don't know if Lesmin is here. Well, if she isn't here, Lesmin, your name is calling. Please note, 96.8. So this year, we wanted to also report on a couple of other things. Because of what the Ministry of Finance has been asking us over the years, we actually wanted to come and talk about it. And incidentally, Honorable Minister, you're here. So we wanted to talk about the entries that have entered for either TVET or science subjects. So in 2025, 49% of all the entries were either TVET or a science-based subject. In 2026, this has gone closer to 50%. So more than half of the students doing CAPE, doing advanced studies, are doing at least one TVET subject or at least one science subject. The pass rate, the big thing. In 2025, the pass rate was 91.9%. I'm happy to report that in 2026, it is 94.6%. And I want to say that we have noted 2 schools have had increases of more than 10% in 2026 in their results, those being St. Joseph's High and West Demerara Secondary. I don't think we would be allowed to leave here if I did not mention this other category, and that is those schools that have maintained 90%. And that is, those include Anna Regina Secondary, Marian Academy, Saraswati Vidya Niketan, St. Rose's High, St. Stanislaus College, and the Bishop's High. Now look at them, ready to attack me. Ready to attack me. And of course, Queen's College. Of the units that have been written, 57 of them recorded increases. 57 units, and I'll just call them out very, very quickly. It's not 57 actually, it's accounting, unit 2. What I mean is that some of them have part 1, unit 2. Agricultural science, unit 1. Applied maths, unit 1. Biology, unit 1. Building and mechanical engineering, unit 1. Building and mechanical engineering, unit 2. Caribbean studies, chemistry 1 and 2. Economics 2. Electrical and electronic engineering, units 1 and 2. Entrepreneurship, units 1 and 2. Environmental science, units 1 and 2. Food and nutrition, unit 1 and 2. History, unit 1 and 2. Information technology, unit 1 and 2. Integrated mathematics, law, unit 1 and 2. No surprises there. Literatures in English, unit 1 and 2. Management of business, unit 1 and 2. Pure mathematics, unit 1 and 2. Tourism, unit 1 and 2. Agricultural science, unit 2. Animation and game design, unit 1 and 2. Art and design, unit 1. Building and mechanical engineering, unit 1. Communication studies, unit 1 as well. Computer science, unit 1 and 2. Design and technology, unit 1. Media, digital media, unit 1. Geography, unit 1 and 2. Green engineering, unit 1 and 2. Logistics and chain supply, operations, unit 1. Performing arts, unit 1 and 2. Physical education and sports, unit 1 and 2. Physics, unit 1 and 2. Sociology, unit 2. Spanish, unit 1 and 2. These again are the subjects that have shown improvement. Of the units, only 7 of them have recorded a decline between 1% and 3%. We are currently disaggregating in terms of the number of students who would now achieve a CAPE diploma, which gives you a number of exemptions from tertiary institutions, as well as the CAPE associate degree. So that will be shared through the ministry's Facebook page in the course of the week. Recently, we come to the CSEC report. In 2025, 12,685 students wrote. In 2026, 13,052 students wrote. This is an increase of about 3%. Now, I want to make a very important point here. There is lots of discussion about retention. So take it from, not the horse's mouth, I certainly wouldn't associate myself with that. Take it from the gazelle's mouth. In 2021, we had 13,821 students writing common entrance. 13,821. We have writing CXC 13,052. This is a difference of 769 students. From our records, 488 of those students have opted for technical education at the end of grade 10 or at the end of grade 11, did not write CXC. They decided sensibly to go to the technical institutes because there are so many options there now. Which means that for this cohort of students coming through COVID, we have retained 97.96% of students. And I want to commend the government of Guyana for this, for their foresight. When everybody said we were crazy to go back to school during COVID, this is the result of it that we can say today. So our retention rate is 97.96%. The number of entries, and that's very simple. If one student writes 5, another writes 3, the 2 students together, that's 8 entries. The total entries this year is 83,171. That's an increase of about 4%. We have participated for CSEC in 35 subject areas. The following subjects had increases in entries, not results, in entries. So we are at the point of entries. More students writing them: biology, information technology, religious education, human and social biology, English B, music, theater arts, family and resource management. I have made the point of this assumption that the Ministry of Education allows plenty subjects. I made the point that just 182 students out of 13,000 wrote more than 15. But here is another point to note. Out of that 182, 82 of those students came from the private schools. 82 of them. So it's not a Ministry of Education, public education story. It is something that has to be done to have an equitable education system. TVET entries. We have had an increase of 8.9% in the number of students who have written at least one TVET subject. 8.9%. So we have moved from about 41% to close to half of all the entries. Half of the students writing at least one TVET subject this year. That's where we are. In terms of science, close to 75% of the students have written at least one science subject this year. So our entries have a good share of TVET subjects as well as science-oriented subjects. Pass rate. Pass rate would be grades 1, 2, 3. In 2025, it was 66. In 2026, it is 67%. We had an increase of 1%. Mind you, the preamble to all of this said that these were students who didn't go to Form 1. They didn't go to Form 1. They were in school for basically 4 years. And we know what happens in Form 5. So they were in school for maybe about 3.5. Let's put it like that. And this is the result that we got. So some schools which have had a 10% increase in their pass rate include Port Kaituma, Leguan Secondary with 15% increase. The numbers are all increases. Annandale, 10%. Seuss Dike, 23%. Maikoni, 10%. Well, I did call out the Belladrum people, so I hope you are on screen now. An increase of 53%. Fort Wellington, 17.8%. Bartica, 10%. Madhya, 22%. Let me just reiterate, this is not their pass rate. This is the increase that they had from last year to this year. Karasabai, 19%. Katoka, a brand new school built recently, 24.9%. Christianborg, 16%. Kokwani Secondary, 31%. South Rumvelt, 14%. Cummings Lodge, 12%. Freeburg, 16%. Dolphin Secondary, neighbor to the ministry, 31%. Lodge, 20%. And Queenstown, 12.1%. Those schools that have maintained a pass rate of 90%, the Bishop's High, St. Stanislaus, St. Rose's, Queen's College, Isa Islamic School, Marian Academy, Fraser's Educational Institute in Region 5, Saraswati Vidya Niketan, and Koyim Academy. The subjects that have improved, we have 35 subjects. 23 of them improved. 23 of them improved. I said Saddam got a grade 5. So if I do the calculations incorrectly, there is no problem. But we had 35 subjects in all. 23 of them improved. 12 of them, we had a decline. Last year, it was 15 subjects we had a decline in. This year, it's 12. The decline average between 1 and 4%. Our concern, of course, with the two main subjects that we are concerned with in terms of the decline would be Portuguese, because Guyana is the pioneer for Portuguese in the Caribbean. We started this subject with CXE, as well as textile, clothing, and fashion. We're very, very concerned about those two because those have declined beyond 5%. But I want to go through the list of subjects that have improved. Additional maths, 5%. Agricultural science, both awards, single and double. The double award is there because, again, of Guyana's advocacy to have that subject remain on the syllabus. Chemistry, 3.2%. English, family and resource management, 3%. Food, nutrition and health, 3%. French, we have improved by 16.6%. Geography, Ms. Bakshi, 11.2%. Industrial technology, building, 2.5%. Mechanical engineering, 2%. Music, 33.3%. I'm almost tempted to sing about it. Physical education, social studies, which declined last year, has improved by 6.6%. Spanish, technical drawing has improved by 12%. The following subjects remain constant: biology, human and social biology, office administration, theater arts, visual arts, and physics. Of course, I have not commented on the big one, the big M. I am very pleased on behalf of the Ministry of Education, to say to us that in 2026, mathematics has increased by 2.5%. Which I will discuss in another section of my report. The Caribbean Examination Council has started the modularization of subjects. And so Aurora Secondary, Bijival Secondary, Richard Ishmael Secondary, and St. Ignatius Secondary were chosen to be part of this pilot. So, to be clear, our maths result this year is 34.5%. I want you to keep that figure in mind. Now, this pilot that was done by the Caribbean Examination Council, Module 1 in these schools, just bring up in your mind 34.5. Aurora Secondary, this is the normal maths. All they did was take the syllabus and break it up into 3 parts. Into 3 parts. That's why you're getting what you are on your results there. Aurora Secondary, 88%. Bijival, 100%. Right at home, Richard Ishmael, 87%. And St. Ignatius, 71%. Now, 34.5, that's this year. The modularization, the pass rate is 90%. I think definitely I have too much paper because I want to raise the issues regarding mathematics. And I can't find my page. Oh, here we go. Good. I want to address the pass rate of 32% in 2025 to 34.5% in 2026. And I want to highlight some of the schools that have done so fantastically well. Port Kaichuma has had an improvement of 12%. Guyana Secondary, which is a new school, has secured 60% passes for the first time writing. Wakapau has had an improvement of 10%. Essequibo Islands, 14% increase. Leguan Secondary, 28% increase. The number I'm calling is simply the increases, not the score that they got. So Leguan, 28%. Of course, I must call my school. Stewartville Secondary School got a 5% increase. West Demerara Secondary had a 12% increase. Parika Salem had an 11% increase. Westminster Secondary got a 9% increase. Saraswati Vidya Niketan had a 6% increase. Koyim Academy scored 84%. Annandale Secondary had a 12% increase. I think, Minister, your visit caused some significant improvements in the results. PC had a 10% increase. Bladen Hall, 10% increase. Soesdijk Secondary, 9%. Apex, a private school, 16%. Now, these schools that I called out, I hope you're watching me. And let me make it clear. Rosignol had a 35% increase in mathematics. Belladrum moved from 0 to 81.49% this year. Fort Wellington moved from 5% to 82.15% this year. Novar, another school in Region 5, secured 100%. And this is not for one or two. This is for more than, I think it's close to about 10 students who wrote from that school. Novar, there is a private school called Shivata Business College, also had 100%. Blackbush Secondary had an increase of 24%. Lower Quarantine had an increase of 12%. Oriala had an increase of 14%. And now Bartica had an increase of 57% in mathematics. Paramakatoy, 14%. Madhya, 7%. Aishalton, 18%. Napi, another brand new school, 11%. It should be noted that Masara has written CXC for the first time. We are still pulling together their data. We will make that announcement through our Facebook page. Marua now had a 10% increase. Christianborg Wisma, 14%. Mackenzie High, 12%. Kokwani, 14%. Let's come to Georgetown. St. John's College, 16%. South Ruimveldt moved from 8% to 60%. Cummings Lodge had an increase of 25%. QC dropped 20%. No. Where's the principal? He's sweating? Since 2020 to now, this is the first time, since 2020, Queen's College has secured 100% passes in mathematics. So 2020 to now, they have done it. Again, they did it several times in the past, but that's the last time that they have done it. Sure, they will do it again in 2027. But there are some other schools I want to highlight. Tocqueville has had a 15% increase. Freeburg, a 21% increase. Freeburg. Kingston, which is being rebuilt by the government of Guyana, 14% increase. Lodge had a 17% increase. Queenstown Secondary had also a 17% increase. Marian Academy had a 6% increase in their mathematics passes. I certainly would advocate that the initiatives that the Ministry of Education has put forward in the last academic year worked, including the Math 10s, which was an idea by no less a person than His Excellency President Ali. We are now correlating attendance at the Maths 10 to the results to see how far it has gone, but we can tell you that the Maths 10s, from observational data, was a phenomenal success. We had 17 classes where seasoned teachers in Georgetown were teaching across the hinterland. So, not to take anything away from Oriala, what happened was that we had a teacher in Georgetown teaching the students at Oriala virtually. So we set up internet, we set up a smart board, and the teaching happened through that system. 17 of those across the country. So anywhere that we could find a class, we set that up. So maths went totally virtually over the last year. I want to particularly express gratitude to NSERD and to the staff of secondary sector for the fantastic work that they did. Of course, all of that was helped by the fact that resources were provided, never ever limited by the government of Guyana. Request was asked and it was granted. And resources were provided in textbooks, in geometry sets, in calculators. Basically, you just had to turn up and you could do maths because every single thing was there. What we also would put the results, one of the success factors for the results, of course, was the digital school. And we verily believe that this had a significant impact on the results that we are having, particularly where South Rumville, for instance, we went to that school, we said to them, this is where you have to log in. They did, and these are the results. We can only use causated data to see how far that can go. But we believe that these all had a part and parcel to play in the phenomenal success in 2026. Students across the country, and here I want to congratulate you, your mothers, your fathers, your grandparents, uncles, aunts, on your efforts for these exams. We have fantastic results, and it's a work in progress as well. I want to say to you that this country is filled with opportunities, and when it comes to education, this is one of the few countries where everything is free. Every single thing for education is free, right? From nursery school all the way to university. And so I wish to encourage you to pursue as much of it as you can. I wish to thank the government of Guyana and His Excellency for the guidance, for the resources that were provided to the Ministry of Education to ensure that we are able to get the work done. Honorable Minister, I wish to thank you for your extraordinary leadership over the last year and bringing a direction where we are trying to fix certain things for long-term growth. And I want to thank you for that, and I believe that your leadership and our results will get better and better and better as we move on in this process. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hussein, Chief Education Officer. I think definitely a ministry that responds to the needs of the children across this country. As you recognize, there are mention made of quite a number of schools across the length and breadth of Guyana, new schools that actually in their very first year of taking these exams, they definitely make the Ministry of Education, their schools, and of course their communities very proud. Minister, if you may permit me, however, I think after hearing all of this information and hearing about all of the support that we would have gotten, and knowing that much of that support requires financial support, I would like to just crave your indulgence to invite the Honorable Dr. Ashney Singh to bring us just a few remarks at this point. Let's welcome him, please.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Please be seated. Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. I must say that it was certainly not my intention, or indeed my expectation, that I would be speaking today, because I am here today first and foremost in my capacity as a parent. But let me say, nevertheless, that it's a great privilege for me to join my distinguished colleague, the Minister of Education, the leadership of the Ministry of Education, the Permanent Secretary, the Chief Education Officer, and the various directors, head masters and mistresses, parents, all of the proud parents who are with us today, and of course, the boys and girls who are gathered in the room, and those who are, of course, watching online. I want very simply to say to all of you, those of you present and those of you who are watching through the cameras, that President Irfan Ali and his government are of the firm and unshakable conviction that there is no investment more important than an investment in the young people of our country. They literally, and I know that it sounds a little bit cliched and it is said often and perhaps a little bit overused, but the young literally are the world of tomorrow. And young Guyanese are the Guyana of the future. You literally will be the doctors, lawyers, engineers, nurses, mechanics, painters, plumbers, artists, sportsmen and women of the future. And the brilliance of that future will be determined by the diligence with which you apply yourselves and the talents that you bring to bear to your respective responsibilities and roles, and of course, the manner in which you respond to the investments and the opportunities that we are currently creating. And the Chief Education Officer said it very well when he said that this is the era of opportunity, words that I have myself used on many other occasions. You're growing up in a Guyana today where opportunities are virtually boundless. The fact that we have recorded the extremely commendable results that we've recorded says to me that the young people of Guyana are responding to the opportunities that are available to them and recognize how important it is to take advantage of the educational opportunities that are being made available to them today. How important it is to take advantage of those opportunities in order to ensure the brilliance and success of their own individual futures and the future of this beautiful country of ours. I want very simply to thank the Minister of Education and her team, including every single teacher throughout the length and breadth of Guyana, for continuing to nurture and mold the minds of tomorrow's Guyana. So I want to thank all of the members of the teaching profession and of the education administration in our country for the outstanding job that you continue to do. I want to thank and congratulate all of the parents of our country for the sacrifices and efforts that you continue to make to ensure that your children get the best quality education that they possibly can. I want to thank you for doing so because they will be the leaders of my Guyana of tomorrow and of your Guyana of tomorrow. Thank you very much for the efforts and sacrifices that you make. And I think the parents deserve a big round of applause. I want to urge you to continue to do the same, because the journey is not nearly over as yet. The completion of CSEC and of CAPE mark simply the most recent milestone of what I believe for each and every one of the young people of our country could be an incredibly long and beautiful and successful journey. So I want to urge you to continue to do more of the same. And I want to congratulate you for what you've achieved to date. And in particular, if I might, Madam Minister, in particular, if I might congratulate, save the last word for the most important people in the room and the most important people watching through the cameras today, the students who today are getting their results. Congratulations to each and every single one of you. You have all done well. There are some who will be extremely elated and pleasantly surprised by their results. There are some who might have expected to have done a little bit better. But I have what I believe is some good news for all of you. The race is not yet over, because you're running a marathon. So those of you who did incredibly well, celebrate and enjoy yourselves with your parents and your family tonight. But get ready to wake up tomorrow morning and start back working hard, because the race is not yet over. Far from it. And those of you who perhaps might have gotten one grade a little bit less than you thought you might have, or perhaps a result a little bit not quite as good as you might have expected it to be, that's okay. Like I said, the race is not yet over. This is a marathon that you're in. You know, I grew up in a home where my mother convinced me that all I needed to do was to pass common entrance and life will be set. And I passed common entrance and I went to high school. And she convinced me then that all you needed to do was to do well in first form and you'll be okay. And I did pretty okay in first form and the same in second form. And she convinced me that all you need is good CXE results and you'll be okay. Life will be set for you. And I got decent CXE results, but the journey never ended. And the journey still hasn't ended for me or indeed for anybody else in the room. The journey is still very much underway. And so for you, hearty congratulations to each and every one of you. Keep up the hard work and keep excelling. Continue to make your parents and your teachers proud and continue to make Guyana the absolutely wonderful country that we are poised to become. Thank you. And indeed that we are already, but the even more wonderful and great country that we're poised to become in this special era in our country's history. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Singh. I just want to add one little career. Not just to keep my job, but to ensure that we highlight the importance of our teachers. And to say that I'm trusting in this room, we also have some young minds who would want to become educators so that we can collectively continue to transform, create, first of all of the other careers so that we can continue to transform and develop Guyana. Thank you very much, Ashley. I'd want to also say a special congratulations, the fact that you're sitting as a parent. That means that you also understand that the Ministry of Education has done an excellent job in creating the right kind of education for our students. Let's put our hands together again for Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh. Driven by desire and passion to ensure that every child across Guyana has equal access to quality education, regardless of where they live, where they come from, and who their parents might be. The Minister of Education is a very in a very deliberate manner, sits with all stakeholders in the fields, in the office, in many outreaches, so that she understands their views, their ideas, and their suggestions, to ensure that policies are properly crafted, to ensure that the position of the ministry is one that is always inclusive and progressive, to ensure that with all that we do in the Ministry of Education, there will be continuous development of Guyana. The Honorable Minister definitely has stepped up to ensure that the Ministry of Education continues to succeed and continue to be the trailblazer among the ministries. I therefore at this time wish to invite the Honorable Minister of Education, Minister Sonia Parag, as she brings to us the CAPE and CSEC top performers, the report that all of us are waiting for, top performers of 2026. Honorable Sonia Parag, Minister of Education.
Thank you very much, Sherwin. Please have a seat. A pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Let me first of all recognize my brother and colleague, the Honorable Dr. Ashney Singh, Minister of Finance. It was always that short portfolio for me. Our Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, our Chief Education Officer, our Parliamentary Secretary and Chief Planning Officer of the Ministry of Education, Mrs. Mishka White-Griffith, our advisors to the Ministry of Education, that being Dr. Kofi Dalrymple, Ms. Bovell, and of course, Ms. Selman. We have our Member of Parliament, Ms. Sonia Lachman, and our Vice Chair of the National Tushau's Council. Of course, all other, our DCEOs, our ACEOs of the Ministry of Education, and all other, our regional education officers who are here as well. Welcome to all of you. And to our parents who are here, to the teachers, if you are in the room, or if you're looking online. And last but not least, our students who have done so brilliantly in the 2026 CSEC, CAPE, CCSLC, and CVQ. I am truly delighted, and at this time I will just take my glasses off because I use these glasses to make sure I see you clearly in the audience. I am truly delighted to be here this afternoon for another very important moment on our education calendar. Not so long ago, we would have announced the long-awaited NGSA results. And you know, for these particular exams, whether it's NGSA or these releases of results, whether it's NGSA or CSEC, the entire country and those who may have a stake in it in the diaspora would be attached or logged on to their computers, their phones, or any other device. So just a few weeks ago, and I said it, I stood before the nation to announce the National Grade 6 assessment results. And I admitted then that I was probably more nervous than the students and parents waiting to hear those results. And you know, you don't get the benefit of seeing me unless you see me on social media or in person if you see me somewhere else. But when it comes down to this time, you don't see my pacing in the Ministry of Education. Well, I can tell you this afternoon that apparently nothing has changed with this result. I am probably still the most nervous person in this room, probably in a better position today than you are. But it is a good kind of nervousness because results day is always filled with anticipation. As you're sitting here, I know you're holding it in well. Excitement and tremendous pride in our students and in what they have worked so hard to achieve. Before we get into the results themselves, however, and with all that CEO said, you would think that I would just have a drum roll, I would come and just call out the names, right? However, I want to offer a reminder that the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, or CSEC, the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations, or CAPE, the Caribbean Vocational Qualifications, or CVQ, and the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, or CCSLC, are examinations and qualifications administered by the Caribbean Examinations Council, also known as CXC. The preliminary results of these were available to the 13,000 candidates from Guyana online from 12 p.m. today, or noon today, Tuesday, August the 18th, 2026, through the CXC student portal, and that's at studentportal.cxc.org. To access the results, students simply need to log in, use their candidate number, surname, date of birth, and the examination period. So students, by now, your results are available. And for those of you who have somehow managed to resist checking your phones, but I heard Sherwin said that he looked back at 12 p.m. and he saw everyone, glued to their phones. I admire your discipline if you didn't do that. The Chief Education Officer has already presented the national picture. I am extremely pleased that we have recorded improvements in the overall pass rates at both CSEC and CAPE this year. This is an achievement worthy of recognition, and I believe the entire class of 2026 deserves a massive round of applause. It has been an exceptional year, with improvements being recorded at all grades. Congratulations to all of you on behalf of His Excellency President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali and the entire government of Guyana. However, as we celebrate this progress, we must also be prepared to look carefully at the areas where challenges remain, because our responsibility is to keep improving. And of course, this afternoon, we will also celebrate some truly exceptional individual performances of students from across Guyana whose results have given us even more reason to be proud. CCSLC. I must also express how incredibly proud I am of what we have seen from the St. George's School of Sciences. When the decision was taken to introduce CCSLC, it was because the Ministry of Education recognized the need to strengthen that very important period between NGSA and CSEC, and to ensure that our children are continuously developing and mastering the competencies they will need as they progress through secondary school. St. George's took that first step for our public school system this year, and to now see 99.1% of those students attaining either mastery or competence is tremendously encouraging. More importantly, it gives us confidence in the direction we are taking as CCSLC expands across our secondary schools. With more than 13,000 students expected to sit the CCSLC in 2027, I am genuinely excited about what these results can mean for the future of secondary education in Guyana. And I look forward to seeing that next cohort build on what has begun this year. General performance. I am particularly pleased with the improvements we have seen this year in both mathematics and additional mathematics, because they tell us that the interventions we have been making are beginning to bear fruit. Our mathematics tents, the strengthening of our teacher training, our online reinforcement classes, and the other targeted support we have introduced are all part of a deliberate effort to improve performance. There was one thing that Saddam, when he came up here, he spoke extensively and comprehensively of what we were doing. However, there was one other intervention, and I say the word intervention because we actually just took that up in the last year along with the math tents. This was where we had our ACEOs and DCEOs deployed to different schools. And just how you will have someone adopting an orphanage, we had them adopt a school to work with the teachers and the students to ensure that we would improve in mathematics especially. So I want to say thank you very much to those officers who spent their weeks at a time in the hinterland and other remote areas. In fact, Guyana had the privilege just last week of hosting the 52nd meeting of the Council for Human and Social Development in Education, bringing together ministers of education and other education leaders from across the Caribbean. And mathematics was very much a part of the discussion. As a matter of fact, it was an entire agenda item, and CXU was in that room with us as well. What was clear from those conversations is that this is a regional challenge, and that improving mathematics requires us to look seriously at how we teach, how we support and continuously develop our teachers, how we diversify the ways in which students encounter mathematical concepts, and how we responsibly use digital and AI-supported tools to strengthen learning. We want our students to not simply arrive at the answer, but to understand the reasoning, the process, and the steps to be taken to get them there. This is also why I want every secondary school student listening today to pay particular attention to the Guyana Digital School as well. And this was an initiative that was launched by His Excellency in December of 2025. From August 31st, students from grades 1 through 11 will have access to curriculum-aligned content. So parents, if you have other children in other grades in school, from September, we will have the contents for grades 1 to 11 available on the digital school. And it will include secondary level material developed in accordance with the relevant CXC syllabuses. The digital school will therefore act as an additional layer of support that gives students the opportunity to reinforce what they learn at school, revisit difficult concepts, and continue learning beyond the school day. It's very important for you to understand that the Guyana Digital School is a standalone school, but it does not take away from the physical classroom. It can reinforce the knowledge that you're being taught in the classroom by going on to that platform and using it as lessons, for example. It also helps those children and those parents who are from areas that may still be vulnerable areas, remote areas, where we want to bridge that gap or that divide, and they can log in there and be able to access the content that will be taught in school. And if they cannot afford lessons, then this would also be the place for you to go. I also believe strongly that we cannot build an education system around short-term interventions alone. They have their place and they are sometimes necessary, but the changes we make must be strong enough to endure beyond one cohort of students. We can see where the world is going, and our education system must be prepared for it. I will therefore be convening a task force. As a matter of fact, we've already met with several persons who are relevant to this within the secondary sector to examine the long-term measures required to strengthen secondary education even further. Our ambition cannot simply be to say that the results have improved. They have, and we are grateful. They have, and we are pleased about that. Our ambition must be to take the performance to the standard we know our students are capable of achieving, while ensuring that our teachers, students, and parents have the support they need. Last month, at the announcement of the NGSA results, I made the point that all of our schools are capable of producing excellent results. The government of Guyana has invested to ensure that that is possible. And I was very pleased to see how many persons supported that message. Today, these CSEC results give us another opportunity to reinforce it. And I want us, each and every one of us in this room and who are online, to be very careful about the narratives we create around schools, particularly the suggestion that excellence belongs to only to a small group of schools, while others are somehow incapable of producing outstanding students. That simply is not true. Our schools are staffed by trained teachers coming through the same Cyril Potter College of Education and our universities. They benefit from the same national programs and investments. And in many instances, we have deliberately invested even more resources in schools that require additional support. And increasingly, the results themselves are dismantling that old narrative. Our students and teachers across this country are working quietly, but their results are speaking very loudly. Just look at what we are seeing this year. In agricultural science, Northwest Secondary and Santa Rosa Secondary in Region 1, along with Stewartville Secondary, Bladen Hall Multilateral, Tagore Memorial Secondary, Madhya Secondary, 3 Mile Secondary, Christianburg, Wisma Secondary, Brickdam Secondary, 8th of May Secondary, DeWilliam Secondary, Golden Grove Secondary, LBI Secondary, Bushlot Secondary, Pleasant Secondary, Anai Secondary, Napi Secondary, Katoka Secondary, New Silver City, Wisburg Secondary, Kokwani Secondary, Freeburg Secondary, Kingston Secondary, Madia Secondary, and New Central High have all recorded 100% passes in this very important area to national development. All of us would have sat and listened at some point or the other, at some forum or the other, or maybe we're just looking at our televisions or phone, when the president has spoken over the last 5 years and continues to speak of his commitment to 3 areas specifically in our country: climate security, energy security, and food security. So when we talk about agricultural science, this is where we're headed. This is where we're headed. In biology, Parika Salem Secondary, Annandale Secondary, Friendship Secondary, New Camerville Secondary, North Rumvelt Secondary, and Christchurch Secondary have all recorded 100% passes. In chemistry, Good Hope Secondary, St. Cuthbert Secondary, and Port Moran Secondary have all achieved 100% passes. In Caribbean history, Essequibo Islands Secondary and Skeldon Line Path Secondary achieved 100% passes. In electronic documentation preparation and management, Rosignol Secondary, Belladrum Secondary, Blackbush Secondary, Legwan Secondary, Warramuri Secondary, Charity Secondary, Mackenzie High, Cato Secondary, East Rumvelt Secondary, Cummins Lodge Secondary, and Freeburg Secondary all recorded 100% passes. And I want you, when you're listening to this, these are all public schools. These are all public schools. It means that the investment that the government has made, it's working. It's working. In English A, North Rumvelt Secondary, Metamirzurg Islamic Academy recorded 100% passes, while in English B, Port Kaituma Secondary, Charity Secondary, Legwan Secondary, Iflot Secondary, and Winifred Gaskin Memorial Secondary all achieved 100 passes. And in human and social biology, Westminster Secondary, J.C. Chandy Singh Secondary, Lower Quarantine Secondary, Dora Secondary, Oriala Secondary, and Richard Ishmael Secondary all recorded 100% passes. And these are only some of the schools I could highlight this afternoon. There are so many others across Guyana producing outstanding results. The Chief Education Officer, CEO, has already highlighted those schools that maintain pass rates above 90% at CSEC. But I want to place on record my particular recognition of Queen's College with 97.1%. The Bishop's High with 96.1%. And President's College with 93.9%. These represent the strongest performances recorded by these schools since the results of the pandemic year in 2020. President's College in particular has made a significant leap from 87.7% in 2025 to almost 94% in 2026. St. Stanislaus College with 94.2% has recorded its strongest performance since 2022, while St. Rose's High has recorded its strongest performance since 2023. Our schools are improving and the results are showing us that. But I also want to widen the lens this afternoon and recognize some of the excellent performances. I know while I go through this, you're still sitting in suspense and you are waiting and waiting, but you know, I have to drag this on. Anna Regina Secondary recorded 85.26%, West Demerara Secondary 81.92%, Zeeburg Secondary 84.6%, Annandale Secondary 87.5%, Diamond Secondary 80.3%, Annandale Rosignol Secondary 89.3%, Berbice High 88.6%, J.C. Chandy Singh 80.2%, New Amsterdam Secondary 88.1%, Mackenzie High 88.2%, Brigham 81.7%, Christchurch Secondary 86.7%, North Rumvelt 80.8, St. Joseph High 89.2, and New Central High 83.7. These are results that deserve to be called by name because behind every percentage are students and teachers who have worked tremendously hard. Because we know, we look at the status of these schools year by year by year. So I can tell you they've worked hard. And I have to single out Leg 1 Secondary. At 89.9%, almost 90%, this is the strongest performance we have seen from Leg 1 Secondary in recent history. This is exceptional progress, and I offer my warmest congratulations to the students, teachers, and head teacher and families of Leg 1 Secondary. You have every reason to be proud. We are proud. Now, you know, I am one of the members of Parliament for Region 5. And so I can't get through this section without going to Region 5. And today I have every reason, you know, CEO had asked specific schools in Region 5, and some, as a matter of fact, quite a number of schools, to pay attention. But I'll ask Region 5 to pay attention. He said it before, so he stole my thunder, but I'm going to say it again. Today I have every reason to boast about Belladrum Secondary School. When I was Minister of Local Government, Belladrum Secondary School reached out to me. They didn't reach out to me to ask for a whole extension or any of that. They asked me for a drum set, which we, through the government of Guyana, donated to that school. And today, I am very boastful because Belladrum has recorded an overall pass rate of 93.4%. And I want Guyana to understand the significance of that number because over the last 6 years, this is a school whose overall performance, 6 years, overall performance has generally been in 40 and 50% range. So that is an extraordinary turnaround. Mathematics is now at 81%. English at 75%, and the school has recorded 100% passes in every subject, in several subject areas. I am incredibly proud of this school, the children, the teachers, the head teacher, and everyone who worked to make it possible. So Belladrum Secondary, what you have accomplished this year is outstanding, and you deserve the recognition of the entire country. And that is the point I want Guyana to hear. Excellence is happening across schools in Guyana. It is happening on the coast, in our hinterland, in our remote riverine, remote areas, Georgetown and outside of Georgetown. And so when the next NGSA placement season comes around and we hear, I don't want this school or that's not good enough, because you know, when I came off the podium after NGSA, my phone was flooded up until now. Dr. Singh's phone was probably flooded too. He just didn't reach out to me. And so many other persons. People will just know people and then they'll just message. And it goes on and on and that. It's not uncommon. It happens every year. But you will often hear these phrases, I don't want this school. You know, I don't want to send my child to this school, but I just want us to remember these results. I want us to remember these results, and I want us to be careful in what we say when we're pursuing what we believe is the best for our own children. We don't diminish another school, another teacher, or another child. So look at what these schools are producing, and because our teachers and students are proving year after year that excellence does not belong to a school name. It can be nurtured in every school in Guyana. TVET and practical skills, technical and vocational education and training remains a central commitment of the government of Guyana. As a matter of fact, it is part of our manifesto promise for our 5-year plan and as a government. And I have been very clear that we are not running a talk shop at TVET. And that it must not be taught largely from a textbook. I ask that we shift our focus much more deliberately towards practical competencies where our students are actually making, creating, building, and producing. And what I have seen has been mind-blowing. Our students are developing and professionally packaging products ranging from miracle growth hair oil. So if any of you have any sort of hair loss that is causing you any, I will ask you just to stand a bit. You know, just to stand. Hair loss. No, he isn't. He isn't. He actually got all dolled up for you here today. And Karaila Achar. Right, they've been bottling and packaging that too. It is something I confess, I was a little hesitant to try. I know Dr. Ashley Singh might be a big fan of Corolla. Many of you might be here. I'm not a very big fan of Corolla. I prefer okra. But it turned out to be quite delicious. And there is also, you wouldn't believe, banana ketchup. Banana ketchup. Someday we will all interact and you'll be able to see that. So the same philosophy is why, when Guyana hosted COSOD last week, I insisted, along with the Ministry of Education and our leadership at the Ministry of Education, that our secondary school students be given the opportunity to cater. So we didn't hire private caterers. We asked the students of the home economics departments from several schools, anti-vet, to be more targeted, more specific, to cook for the education ministers across the Caribbean when they were here, as well as their teams. And their work was phenomenal. And Guyana received tremendous praise. I can tell you that every single minister who praised the conference ended that praise with the praise about the food and the hospitality from these children. That is the TVET system we are building, and it is one that gives our young people the competence, confidence, and opportunity to participate meaningfully in Guyana's rapidly changing economy. Now, the modularizing of CXE examinations. I know CEO spoke to you about that. I also want our students, teachers, and parents to become familiar with an important change taking place at CXE through the introduction of the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, or CTEC. But simply, CXE is introducing a more flexible approach, or what they call a more flexible approach, where subjects can be broken up into smaller modules that students can complete and be certified in individually, rather than everything depending on one full subject examination at the end. Importantly, the standard is not being lowered, and that's something that we need to understand, because quite a number of people ask, well, what will happen with the standard? And it definitely is a national conversation that we have to have. But the same CSEC and CAPE syllabuses and standards apply, but students will have greater flexibility to learn and demonstrate competence at different rates while receiving recognition for the modules they successfully complete. I have already asked that, as we examine this new approach, we ensure that no standards are compromised and that our students ultimately leave our education system with the full complement of knowledge, skills, and competencies we expect them to have. I will therefore be asking our secondary sector and our ACO Secondary Sherwin, who is chairing this program this afternoon, or this event this afternoon, is one of those persons who will be a part of this. We are ensuring that workshops and sensitization sessions are held across the country so that our teachers, students, and parents properly understand what this new regime means. And we will continue these important conversations in the weeks and months ahead as we determine how best to take advantage of the opportunities it offers. Now, my message to all students: to those of you who have now completed your secondary education, I want you to understand that you have completed one level. Dr. Ashley Singh, Minister Singh, spoke about that. He spoke about his own experience with his mother, and I'm very sure that given the intelligence of Dr. Singh, he couldn't possibly thinking that it was ending at grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. The Guyana that is developing before us needs you to continue learning, training, and continue building your skills. Whether it is the University of Guyana, which is free to all Guyanese, one of the institutions available through the Gold Scholarship Program, also free, the Cyril Potter College of Education, also free, nursing school, one of our technical institutes, or one of the many skills training centers across Guyana. There is an opportunity available to you. Be hungry for education. That's what I will tell you. Be hungry for education. We often say that education opens doors, but that it is not merely a metaphor. Education creates real opportunities, changes the choices available to you, and gives you greater power over the direction of your life. So after you have checked your results today, open another tab and start looking at what comes next. But I'll give you the night, so tomorrow morning. Apply, take up these opportunities, do not stop there. And to the student who may be disappointed, if you are disappointed or a parent with the result today, I want you to remember something equally important. You have the opportunity to go again. A result that you did not hope for does not have to become the final word on what you are capable of achieving. Take the disappointment, learn from it, identify where you need to improve, and try again. Make use, one, of our Guyana Digital School, the online classes, your teachers, and the many other resources being made available to support you. Ask for help when you need it, and keep working. Some journeys take a longer time than others, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Education journey, I think, is your entire life. You continue to learn until the day that you close your eyes. What matters is that you do not allow one setback to convince you to give up on yourself or the future you are capable of building. Now, the message to all Guyanese and our friends in the media. Before I announce the names of the students who are being recognized this afternoon, I want to make an important clarification, particularly for the benefit of the nation and our friends in the media. The students are being recognized today. The students that are being recognized today are outstanding students. We are not identifying them as top students. These are preliminary results. Or any one of them as the top student in Guyana. And there is an important reason for this distinction. The results released by the Caribbean or CSEC today are prelim. Candidates now have an opportunity to request reviews. CEO would have told you from the beginning how to do that, what is the close-off date for that, and those reviews can result in changes before the results are finalized in the year. Additionally, the determination of the most outstanding candidate overall, as well as the most outstanding candidates in each area such as sciences, humanities, business, and TVET, is made by CSEC based on its established criteria. We therefore cannot at this stage properly or responsibly declare any student to be Guyana's top or best performing candidate. Not yet. Not yet. So I am asking, particularly in the reporting that will follow from this event or this announcement, that we refrain from descriptions such as top student, best student, or number one student. All of the young people gathered here today and many more at home have performed exceptionally well. And we are recognizing and celebrating them, their parents, their teachers, and their schools for those achievements. And because we are speaking about young people who have worked tremendously hard, I ask all of us to be conscious of the weight our words can carry. Let us celebrate them all. Several candidates recorded outstanding... Should I have the drum roll now? Several candidates recorded outstanding performances at this year's Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination. So I'm starting with CAPE. 12 students obtained 6 or more grade 1s in the units they sat at the May-June sitting of CAPE 2026. I want to be clear that these results represent the performance of these students at one sitting in 2026, and we have not combined their Unit 1 and Unit 2 performances. Among the outstanding performers are, and students, and as I call your name, please stand. David Sogrim from Queen's College, who secured grade 1 passes in 11 units and grade 2 passes in 7 units. Torika Passad from Queens College, who secured grade 1 passes in 9 units. This is a name that you would have heard very recently, as recent as last year. Mahisa Boudou from Queens College, who secured grade 1 passes in 9 units. Savannah Bovell from Queens College, who secured grade 1 passes in 8 units. Dave Chowty from Queens College, who secured grade 1 passes in 6 units and grade 2 in 4 units. Anissa Hussein or Nessa Hussein from Queens College, who secured grade 1 passes in 6 units and grade 2 in 1 unit. Malik Lindor from Queens College secured grade 1 passes in 6 units, grade 2 passes in 5 units, grade 3 passes in 2 units, and grade 4 passes in 3 units. Sadiqa Nizamuddin from Queens College secured grade 1 passes in 6 units. Maria Pratap Singh from Queens College secured grade 1 passes in 6 units and grade 2 passes in 2 units. Chanel Storm from Queens College secured grade 1 passes in 6 units and grade 2 passes in 1 unit. Afian Kelman from St. Stanislaus College secured grade 1 passes in 6 units, grade 2 passes in 3 units, and grade 3 passes in 1 unit. Janae Green of Mackenzie High School secured grade 1 passes in 6 units. I would say that you often know where the family is or the friends are. Ladies and gentlemen and students, please join me in giving these 12 outstanding Guyanese a tremendous round of applause. What you have accomplished at this level of study requires discipline, sacrifice, and an extraordinary commitment to your education, and you should be immensely proud of yourselves. I congratulate you, your teachers, your schools, and especially your families who have traveled this journey alongside you. CAPE is preparing our young people for university, the world of work, and increasingly complex professions. And I hope that each of you will take these excellent results and use them as the foundation for even greater achievement. Guyana needs your talent, and I look forward to seeing where it takes you next. Should I have another drum roll? Yeah. But we're not yet at the CSEC name calling. Now I turn my attention to recognizing the performance of students who sat the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC exams at May-June sitting. Now a list of the candidates who would have secured grade 1s in 8 or more subjects was requested from CXC. In response to our request, a list of 264 candidates was received. And before I get to the names of students, I want to recognize the schools and the regions. So from Region 2, Anna Regina Secondary with 15 students. Abramsville Secondary, 6 students. Region 3, West Demerara Secondary, 1 student. Leg 1 Secondary, 3 students. Zeeburg Secondary, 3 students. Swarsity Vidya Nikitan, 18 students. And Quayam Academy, 5 students. Region 4, President's College, 7 students. Diamond Secondary, 2 students. Apex Education Inc., 4 students. Bladen Hall Secondary, 1 student. Camille's Academy, Suzdijk, 2 students. Rosignol Secondary, 2 students. Baijival Secondary, 2 students. Fraser's Educational Institute, 6 students. Westside High, 3 students. Region number 6. Berbice High, 8 students. Quarantine Comprehensive High, 1 student. New Amsterdam, 5 students. Skeldon Line Path Secondary, 1 student. JC Chandy Singh Secondary, 3 students. Tagore Memorial Secondary, 6 students. Mackenzie High School in Region 10, 1 student. Georgetown. Queens College. Well, this is where you need a drum roll. 87 students. The Bishop's High, 20 students. St. Stanislaus College, 9 students. St. Rosa's High, 9 students. St. Joseph's High, 8 students. Brigham Secondary, 1 student. North Georgetown Secondary, 2 students. North Rumvelt Secondary, 1 student. Issa Islamic, 7 students. Marian Academy, 13 students. Chase's Academic Foundation, 2 students. Of the 264 candidates who secured 8 or more grade 1 passes, an impressive 78 candidates. Let's repeat this. An impressive 78 out of that 264 candidates secured 12 or more grade 1s. 12 or more grade 1s. This represents a significant increase from 2025, when 59 candidates achieved 12 or more grade 1 passes, and is another indication of the strong performance we are seeing this year. I will now recognize these outstanding students. And as I call each name, I ask the student to please stand and remain standing. I also invite everyone gathered here this afternoon to recognize each of them with the applause they so richly deserve. Should I have another drum roll? All right. Now, this is something the country has not seen. As I call the first name, I just want to recognize how beautiful this is. In all of the years of our results, I believe this is a wonderful first, Dr. Ashney Singh. You'll be particularly pleased. And I know that the education officers and teachers and all of Berbice will be quite happy, because the student with the highest number of grade 1s from the preliminary results is Berbician. From the Tagore Memorial High School with 26. This is Nitya Narayan. Please stand, Nitya. 26 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Let me repeat that for the first time. Tagore Memorial High School, 26 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queens College, Anushka Singh, 25 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Unfortunately, Anushka is not here this afternoon, but we recognize her. I know she's watching. I know her father is watching and her sibling. And I want to say Anushka gained 25 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Anna Regina Secondary, Shreya Ramnarayan, 22 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s and 1 grade 3. The Bishop's High, Joseph Daniel, 21 grade 1. Queens College, Jaquel, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Jaquel Daniel, Jekyll White, 20 grade 1s, 6 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Jekyll White of Queen's College. Saraswati Vidya Nikitan, Fiaz Dani, 20 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queen's College, Abigail Chatterdeo, 19 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queen's College, Ethan Takradin, 19 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s. Tagore Memorial Secondary, Mikhail Somor, 18 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Or Michelle. Saraswati Vidya Nikitan. Ziji Yang, 18 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queen's College, Sanjana Mohan, 17 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s, 1 grade 3. Queen's College, Anna Singh, 17 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queen's College, David Thorne, 17 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Abramsville Secondary, Serena Gangu, 17 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s, 1 grade 3. Anna Regina Secondary, Kiara Tyrell, 16 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queen's College, Tajal Rambaran, 16 grade 1s, 2 grade 2, 2 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Saraswati Vidya Nikitan, Giselle Nicholson, 16 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Quayam Academy, Rashawn Ulla, 16 grade 1s, 4 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Westside High, Deshaun Nandalal, 16 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Anna Regina Secondary, Bovina Dwarka, 15 grade 1s and 11 grade 2s. Anna Regina Secondary, Bhavani Gangu, 15 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Barbies High, Abdur Ali, 15 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queen's College, Raj Datta, 15 grade 1s. Queen's College, Queen's College, Zara Khan, 15 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queen's College, Chelsea Passad, 15 grade 1s. Queen's College, Abhivir Singh, 15 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. St. Stanislaus College, Rihanna James, 15 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Tagore Memorial Secondary, Sean Kandailal, 15 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Fraser's Educational Institute, Soma Motiram, 15 grade 1s. Queen's College, Malachi Seals, 15 grade 1s, 4 grade 2s, and 2 grade 3s. Anna Regina Secondary, Bavin Griffith, 14 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queens College, Anna Regina Secondary. That was Anna Regina Secondary, Bavin Griffith, 14 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queens College, Malia Baharali, 14 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queens College, Fatima Grant, 14 grade 1s and 5 grade 2s, 1 grade 3. The Bishop's High, Jadida Charles, 14 grade 1s, 6 grade 2s, 1 grade 3. Queens College, Anaya Benjamin, 14 grade 2s, grade 1s, 2 grade 2s. 14 grade 1s, 2 grade 2s. Queens College, Kyle Couchman, 14 grade 1s, 1 grade 2. Queens College, Christian Harmon, 14 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Queens College, Kevin Sandy, 14 grade 1s. Queens College, O'Neilla Thomas, 14 grade 1s, 5 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Abramsville Secondary, Jessica Innes, 14 grade 1s, 8 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Abramsville Secondary, Narendra Raghubar, 14 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s. Marian Academy, Tremaine Clark, 14 grade 1s and 1 grade 3. Saraswati Vidya Niketan, Jaying Yu, 14 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. 14 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Fraser's Educational Institute, Kendra Persid, 14 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queens College, Morvin Baran, 13 grade 1s. Anna Regina Secondary, Karishma Danupdari, 13 grade 1s and 4 grade 2s. Queens College, Akira Campbell, 13 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queens College, C.L. Clement, 13 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. 4 grade 2s, sorry. 13 grade 1s and 4 grade 2s. I was taking away one there from you, sorry. Queens College, Justin Goberdon, 13 grade 1s, 4 grade 2s, and 3 grade 3s. Queens College, Aliyah Hanif, 13 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Queens College, Aditi Joshi, 13 grade 1s and 5 grade 2s. Queens College, Samira Khan, 13 grade 1s, 1 grade 2. Queens College, Rihanna Raihan, London, 13 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. Queens College, Antara Sharma, Angel Peters, 13 grade 1s, 9 grade 2s, and 2 grade 3s. Queens College, Antara Sharma, 13 grade 1s. Queens College, Cynthia Singh, 13 grade 1s, 2 grade 2s. Fraser's Educational Institute, Dio Kumar Balram, 13 grade 1s and 2 grade 2s. Westside High, Aisha Bridgelal, 13 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. 13 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queens College, Himanshini Kumar, 13 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Anna Regina Secondary, Dinesh Pasad, 12 grade 1s. Anna Regina Secondary, Keshina Singh, 12 grade 1s, 7 grade 2s. Anna Regina Secondary, Ganesh Harnarain, 12 grade 1s, 11 grade 2s, and 2 grade 3s. The Bishop's High, Keanu Seymour, 12 grade 1s and 2 grade 2s. The Bishop's High, Timothy Singh, 12 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. J.C. Chandy Singh Secondary, Sophia Mohammed, 12 grade 1s and 6 grade 2s, 1 grade 3. J.C. Chandy Singh Secondary, Saria Yunus, 12 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. New Amsterdam Secondary, Mohammed Hussein, 12 grade 1s. Queens College, Jovel Atterley, 12 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Queens College, Az Zara Mohammed, 12 grade 1s. Queens College, Arish Ragnot, 12 grade 1s and 4 grade 2s. Queens College, Adelia Sekel, 12 grade 1s, 7 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Queens College, Christopher Sugdio, 12 grade 1s, 5 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3s. Grade 3. Queens College, Paris Timmerman, 12 grade 1s, 3 grade 2s. Queens College, Shabaka Yisrael, 12 grade 1s, 2 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. Tagore Memorial Secondary, Padma Devi Totaram, 12 grade 1s and 5 grade 2s. Saraswati Vidya Niketan, Emily Baldio, 12 grade 1s and 4 grade 2s. Saraswati Vidya Niketan, Ria Nazim, 12 grade 1s, 8 grade 2s, and 1 grade 3. And finally, St. Joseph's High, Kaylee Murphy, 12 grade 1s. Please let us celebrate these students who have done outstandingly at this CSEC 2026. Congratulations to all of you. We're so proud of you, absolutely proud of you. And please have a seat. As I close, on behalf of His Excellency, the President, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, the Government of Guyana, the Ministry of Education, I extend our warmest congratulations to every student who received results today, and our sincere appreciation to the parents, guardians, teachers, head teachers, and education officials who supported them along the way. We are proud of the progress reflected in these results, but our work does not end here. We will continue to strengthen our schools, support our teachers, expand opportunities, and make the investments necessary to ensure that every child, wherever they live in Guyana, can receive a quality of education and fulfill their potential. To the class of 2026, I wish you every success in the next chapter of your lives. And I look forward with great confidence to all that you will achieve and contribute to the future of our country. Congratulations once again. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless our beautiful Guyana. We are proud of you.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. And I want to say a very special thanks to Minister. I know it took quite a lot out of you this year. Next year is going to be an even longer list. At this point, we would like to entertain questions from the media. So I'll want to invite from PR Ms. Anara Khan, who will lead us in this process. Let's welcome her, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, we will do this as we usually do. Before asking your questions, you'll state your name and the media house that you're from, and you have a question and a follow-up. There is a roaming mic, so please make use of it. Who would like to go first? There is a question from Svetlana. Svetlana.
Svetlana Marshall, News Source. Minister Parag, on Saturday we heard from indigenous leaders who indicated that there is still an educational gap, and a comparison was made between the resources provided to those on the coastland compared to those in the hinterland. Could you provide us maybe with stats on the performance of our students in the hinterland and address the concerns raised by the indigenous leaders during APA's forum?
Thank you so much. So as you would know, every year CXC would give us the results, and it comes just up until the time that we are releasing, and CXC would also release. So we are still continuing to analyze the data, but we can have that available later. Thank you.
Sure.
Do we have any more questions? If there are no more questions, that brings us to the end of our question and answer segment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Anara Khan. Just a few quick reminders. Well, you already are aware that you can access the results as those were available since 12. I'd want to remind you that you have until the 18th of September to make any appeals that you may wish to make. And I know especially those persons who may have gotten a grade that you think you could have done better in or should have, you can definitely make that appeal. CEO would have expressed or explained the process in terms of obtaining the bank draft, going to the examinations division, making your request, and that is until Friday the 18th of September 2026. I'd want to also advise that the process for CAPE this year has gone fully online. I know Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh will be very proud of the Ministry of Education for doing this. It has gone fully online, and so the candidates can do their applications using the online portal. And so I'd want to encourage you to go back into the portal at this point to ensure that you upload the results that you have so that those applications can therefore be processed, and that would end on the 25th of August 2025 initially. I'd want to also remind you, as we've reminded you throughout the entire process of this release, that these results, even though we celebrate them, they are preliminary results. But I'd also want to say that this represents what happens when great minds collaborate. The ecosystem definitely works. Congratulations to you, Honorable Minister, to the Permanent Secretary, the Chief Education Officer, all regional education officers, and other stakeholders across this country, head teachers both in our public and private schools, teachers, you, of course, the parents, and more importantly, particularly the students who sat these exams this year. We are indeed extremely proud of your performance here at the Ministry of Education. And so I want to extend or join with the Honorable Minister, both Dr. Singh and Minister Parag, along with the Chief Education Officer, in offering our warmest congratulations, not only to the top performers that we celebrate in this room, but of course all of the students that would have sat the CSEC, CAPE, CVQ, and CCSLC exams in this year, 2026. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I'd want to extend gratitude to all of you for being in attendance here today. I think it was an afternoon well spent, and I know that we're all bursting with excitement, the students even more, to go celebrate what they have done. Remember, you're entitled to one night of celebration, as both ministers would have asked of you. So celebrate well tonight, but tomorrow, let the journey continue as you continue to chart your future. We do have some light refreshments on the outside, and so I'll ask you to definitely mingle, enjoy, and let's, of course, celebrate 2026. Thank you very much.
Okay, the students, please.